What's up, everybody? So I'm out in the garage and I'm working on my Jeep, and I decided I was gonna make a video as I work on it, kind of take you guys along with me as I'm doing stuff to it. And today what I'm doing to it is I'm putting rear flush mount taillights in. And the reason behind doing this is because I just recently got the corner guards put on, and I had flush mount taillights to begin with, so now I'm having to go back and drill over these corner guards new holes and rewire them, whatnot. So I just decided I was going to take you guys along with me as I do this, kind of show you how it's done. And yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to back this Jeep in and get a little bit better light on the back end. And then also we're going to crank this heater up and get it nice and toasty in here, because it is cold, if you can't tell by my two jackets. So that's what we're going to do first, and then we'll start drilling on these corner guards. Alright guys, so we got it backed in, and it's definitely 10 times colder with the door open, the big door open. So yeah, I can start seeing my breath now. So yeah, so here's the back of the Jeep, and I already started to drill one hole, and it actually kind of started to rust because it sat outside one night last night and it snowed, so it's starting to rust a little bit. I might have to throw some paint on that, but I started cutting out one already. And so we have to drill that one out all the way, and then we'll start cutting in this one. So these are the stock holes, stock mounting holes for the stock taillights, and I'm having to basically just cut around all those and make room for these flush mount taillights. So yeah, here's the back of it, and crank this puppy up and we'll start rolling. So I just want to show you guys these taillights real fast. They're just cheap, like Amazon taillights. I think they're like, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. You can see they're starting to rust a little bit right there, that ring. I'm going to try to paint that ring up, and then we'll, throw it back in there after we're done. But we'll see what's going on. By the way, all that stuff right there is water. My Jeep's not leaking anything, if anybody says anything about that. So I just opened up the new 4.5-inch hole saw. Look at those teeth. So much better than my old one. Look at my old one. Pretty rough looking. So if you do this, you're going to need at least a 4.5-inch hole saw to be able to make room for these, most likely. So here's new and old. So we'll see how the new one does. The old one just wasn't going anywhere. Obviously you can see why, but it just wasn't doing the job. So we'll see how the old one does. Alright guys, so we got one drilled out, but whenever we drilled it, you can see this inside lip right here. That's actually the body of the Jeep, so that means we basically missed a little bit. We were a little bit low on our hole from the previous hole we drilled. So what we're going to have to do now is just kind of trim this down to make room for the taillight to fit in there now evenly. Hopefully we won't do that on the next one. We'll actually hit it dead on, but it's hard to get an exact where you exactly need to drill on these, so we're kind of just eyeballing it. But so yeah, let's do the other one. batteries, that thing's eating through them. Went through like 3 batteries already. So I'm just gonna have to wait until I can charge up my batteries. I'm gonna charge up 2 or 3 of them, then go back at it. So we've got that one cut. We're working on this one, getting cut. If you're wondering why I don't have my locking stuff on, it's because I was rekeying my door locks. So yeah. And these are the corner guards right here. Yep. So we'll get back with you whenever batteries get charged. Alright, so now I got both holes cut. You see that one's cut and this one's cut. Now I've sprayed them with some spray paint just to kind of keep it from rusting. This is just some Rust-Oleum paint. It's for metal, wood, all different types of stuff. All I did was I basically made a little template and then put it around it like that, and then just hit it with a little bit of spray paint on the edges where we were cutting, so it doesn't rust up or anything whenever, you know, down the road. So they're both cut, and I got the Dremel tool out and I dremeled out that little section right there a little bit on both sides to make room for the tail lights. There's a couple parts outside right now that are being painted that were on the tail light that I'm letting dry, so that I figured I had them out, so I was gonna go ahead and do it. But yeah, now we'll just start wiring it all up. Alrighty, well, we got them both all wired up. I didn't show you guys all that because it's kind of tedious, but I'm going to show you one of them. This one's already all mounted up and ready to go. So I'll just show you on this one over here. So on this one right here, this is what you got. You got 3 wires right here. A white wire, a black wire, and a green wire. And then up here, this is where these 3 wires are what your factory light probably is going to look like. One's going to be a white black, which is the one that you don't use. One's going to be a white, and then one's going to be a white green. Now what I had to do was I had this single white wire is a ground wire running from this side to the other side, and you just connect this as the ground on these lights. The white's the ground, black is your positive, and green is your turn. So that's it. So on here, this is your turn. Your green and black wire is your turn. Your solid white wire is your power, and this is probably your ground, but for some reason on my Jeep I could not get it to work. So what I had to do is I had to take one wire from this side, run it over to here to ground up that side. So that's what I had to do. But I'm not sure if you're gonna have to do that or not. You just have to mess around with it a little bit to see for sure. But this one, this white and black wire should be your ground for this side, because it was over there. That's what it was on this side, and that's what I grounded it to. But for some reason, this ground wasn't wanting to work. So I'm not 100% sure on that, and I'm probably going to try to mess with it a little bit later on, because right now, if this light goes out, or if the ground's out, doesn't get a good ground, then this one goes out as well. So they're like running off of each other. So yeah, but anyways, that's it. I'm about to mount up the license plate and finish a few little things right here, and I'll have to drill in the holes to hold this in right here. There's like 3 holes. I have to drill those 3 holes and then put self tappers into that metal to hold them on there. And I'll catch back with you guys here in a second, and I'll show you what it looks like whenever we're completely done. Alright guys, so here's our final product with the tail lights. I think it turned out pretty good. Pretty good. So if you do the tail lights and you don't get the kit for it, you're gonna lose. Well, you're not gonna lose this. Sorry. Actually, yeah, you do. on this light right here is actually mounted inside of your stock tail lights. You're gonna have to get some kind of light for your license plate. This is just a little cheap one from like O'Reilly's, I think, but it does the job. It's an LED little light, and that's just wired in with everything else, and 2 little screws holding it in. And then I did the kind of wraparound license plate conversion. Let me turn the lights off right here. So we did the wraparound, kind of deleted the mount for the license plate, kind of make it a little slimmer look. But yeah, that's all it is. Got everything painted up really nice, cleaned up, so everything looks really good, and everything's working as they should. So yeah, so thanks everybody for watching, and if you have any other questions about this or my Jeep, or would like me to do other videos on my Jeep, just let me know. Alrighty.